today I'm going to be teaching you about how to use MyViewboard Whiteboard. And that is a program that's already installed on your ViewBoard, and it has lots of features, lots of capabilities to get you teaching lessons using your ViewBoard. So let's get started. If you would like to follow along with this presentation, you can go to this web address, bit.ly/CVUSD Whiteboard, and follow along with me. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to myviewboard.com/sign in. And for Chino Valley Unified, the first step that you have to take is sign in with Microsoft. If you are used to signing in with Google, it's okay. You're going to be able to do that after we get this set up. But the very first time that you log in, you're going to want to choose sign in with Microsoft. It's going to be the same district login that you use to sign in with Google, but for this time, you're going to want to choose sign in with Microsoft. You're going to choose the work or school account, and you're going to sign in just as normal. Once you get signed in, you're going to want to go to the Follow Me settings. And let me show you on the site what that looks like. So I'm here signed into the MyViewboard software. I'm here signed into the MyViewboard website. And up here at the top, I'm going to choose the Follow Me settings. It's the person in the circle. And when I choose that, it's going to give me some settings that I can choose that just make using my Whiteboard software a little bit easier. It's going to auto sign you out after 30 minutes. And when you're in the middle of a lesson, you do not want it signing you out. So please change the auto sign out time. I have mine set to 8 hours. You can set it to whatever time you feel comfortable with, but all it is just keeping you signed into the software for MyViewboard Whiteboard. When you change that time, you're also going to want to scroll all the way down and choose confirm. Just doing the drop down is not going to make that setting stick. So scroll down and choose confirm. Once you do, go back up to the top and you're going to choose cloud integration. And this is where you can attach your Google Drive or your Microsoft OneDrive into the software so that all your files that you need in those drives are available to you in that software. It's going to make your teaching so much easier because I can probably bet you have a lot of files already in your drive that you use to teach with. So the way that you're going to do that is you're going to go to the bind. And when you choose bind, it's going to ask you to log in with Google. And when it's done, then yours should look like mine and say unbind. That's how you know that it has been attached to your Google Drive. After you do that, you have a couple other customization options. If you want it to auto default to a certain pen size or a certain typing size, you can do all that here so that when you get onto your ViewBoard and get writing, it's going to show exactly what your preferences are. And the really nice thing about this is you can do all of these settings from your laptop. So if you're following along with me right now, you can do all of this on your laptop, get all of the settings fixed, so that way when you come onto your ViewBoard and sign in, everything is done already from your laptop. They're going to connect to each other. So now I have all of my settings fixed in the Follow Me settings. I have changed the sign out time. I have hit confirm. I have bound my drives into this software. And if you use both, if you have things in Google and Microsoft, you can attach both. You don't have to choose. And now that you have it all set up on your laptop, when you come up to your ViewBoard to open the software, you're going to be able to choose sign in with Google. And that should take you into the account no problem. If for some reason you still aren't able to get in, then go ahead and choose Microsoft, and it shouldn't have any more problems after that first time that you sign in. If this sign-in option isn't there when you go to use the software, you can click on the little person in the corner and that will bring this menu up. When you are signed in, it will give you the option to have not sign out, and I would suggest choosing that so it doesn't kick you out in the middle of teaching. But you can always click on there and it should say your name or your email address, and that will tell you that you're signed in. Another thing, when you sign in over there, it should say that you have an entity account. If you're a Chino Valley Unified teacher, you should have an entity account. And if you don't have an entity account, please email the tech trainers so that we can make sure that your account gets set up correctly. So now we've gone in, we've set it up, we are ready to log in. We have all of our files attached, and I'm going to present a lesson to my students. And I have a slide deck that I already have in my drive that I want to pull up here because I want to be able to annotate on it, and I want us to take notes, and I want to be able to write on it. So the easiest way to do that is through the magic box. And so let me get Whiteboard open, and I'm going to show you how to pull something in from your drive. Again, I'm signed in. I have attached my Google Drive to this, and now I'm ready to teach a lesson to my students. So I'm going to choose the magic box icon, and right next to the computer logo, we have the Drive logo. And I'm going to choose that. It's going to open up all the files in my Google Drive. I can choose, if you are working with your grade level and you guys have shared drives of resources, you can pull those up here as well. So I'm going to pull open my drive. I'm going to open up the file that I know that my presentation is in, and then I'm going to open up this slide deck. When I do that, it's going to give me the option to choose if I want to pull in all the slides or if I just want to pull in some of the slides. So if I want all of them, I'm going to do select all. And if I just want to choose the ones that I want to pull in for today, then I'm going to just choose to check mark those boxes and then do import the slides. This puts them onto your Canvas as an image. And the nice thing about that is you can move it around to where you need it to go. So if you are wanting to take notes on the side, you can move that out of the way so that you have more space to write. And I did that by selecting the hand tool. So the hand tool is going to help you move it. I can also zoom in and out using the hand tool. I can zoom out. I can zoom in. The one that has a mouse, that's like the selection tool. So since this is kind of an image on my screen, if I do that selection tool and I tap on this, it brings up these menu options for me. And then of course I have the pen tool. So when I'm ready to take notes or I want to work on writing the numbers together with my students, I have that pen that I can write with. So that's how we would pull files in from our drive to annotate on. And then now that I'm done with my lesson, I have all of the slides. We've done them all together. We've written on them. We've annotated. We've taken notes, whatever it is. Now I want to save it back into my Google Drive because I use Google Classroom and I want to push these slides out to my students with the notes on them. Or I had kids absent for my lesson and I want to be able to print those out and give them a printout of what we did. Or I have a struggling student who has a hard time keeping up with taking the notes. So I just want to print those out and have them available for them. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to click on the file folder. I'm going to choose the one that has a square with an arrow going out of it. And then that will open up the option for me to choose my drive. And I can choose to put whatever folder I want in my drive. So for this, I'm going to choose to put it back in that folder that I pulled my file from. And I have a couple saving options. One of the options is a PDF. So if you're going to be printing this out and giving it to your students, a PDF is going to be the easiest format for you. But if you click the down arrow, you can save it as an image file. You can also save it as a PPTX, which is a PowerPoint file. And you can have PowerPoints in Google Slides. They will work together to make it so that you can still see it like a slide deck. And then you also have the IWB. And what that means is you're saving it as an interactive whiteboard file. So essentially what that means is I'm just pausing my lesson right here, and I'm going to pick back up tomorrow. So I don't want to finish, I don't want to finalize it. We're going to continue taking notes on this lesson. We're going to continue working. So I'm not done with it. I don't want it to be a PDF yet. I'm going to come back tomorrow and I'm going to import more slides, or we're going to take more notes because this is for a whole unit, or for whatever reason you want to continue working on this. You can save it as that IWB and come back to it tomorrow or at a later time to continue working on it. So those are your saving options. Whatever it is, it will go back into your Google Drive. And the nice part is you can access that from your laptop. So you can print from your laptop, or you could share it to Google Classroom from your laptop because you saved it into your drive. So I have the option when I'm using Whiteboard to have some of those whiteboard tools available to me when I'm on other websites. So if you are an elementary school teacher and you are using Savas or Wonders, or if you're a secondary teacher and you're using any curriculum to teach your students from, you can't necessarily pull that curriculum into MyViewboard Whiteboard always. You can if it's a PDF and you can put it into your drive, but sometimes the curriculum doesn't always give us the option to do that. So I still want to be able to have the option to use those whiteboard features when I'm interacting with other websites. So the way that I'm going to do that is when I have Whiteboard open, I'm going to choose this toggle button. And what that does is when I hit that, it kind of puts my menu to the side and brings up just my regular Chrome screen. But I still have some tools available to me. I can take a screenshot, I can have a pen tool, and I can also do dictation onto this as well still. So let's say I go to a website and I am a primary teacher. Say we're working on this, we're moving counters over, I have my external mouse, we're moving, and then I want to use the pen tool to write my equation, right? We did this together, and now I want to say, okay, I had 5 red counters and I added it to 3 red counters, what's my total? So I still have that available. The nice thing about using this tool compared to using the overlay tools is I still have interaction with my viewboard. If I use the overlay tools, I'm not able to kind of do anything else on my screen other than just write on it. But here, I still have capability to interact with other websites. If I'm not worried about that staying right there and I want to toggle back and forth between curriculum or whatever other sites, I can just go to tap the mouse icon, and then that makes it so now I can tap other sites. Yes, my annotation is still there, but I still have functionality. I could move up. If I had a website that needed to scroll and I'm okay with that staying there, I could scroll on my website still. So different than the overlay tools is I still have the ability to interact with my page. So now I want to save the work that we did. I want to be able to keep this work from the website. And so I can take a screenshot of it by going to the screen capture tool. And then I have a couple options here. The first one would be the entire screen. The next one would be just selecting a piece of what I want. And this kind of takes a clip of what I want to save. So I'm going to just press and drag, and that is going to put it right into my whiteboard. And now I have all the same functionality. I can draw on here, I can save it, I can put it back into my drive if I need to. So this is great if you have kids absent, or you have kids that are going to band or leaving your classroom for whatever reason, and you really want to have that work that you've done with the rest of the class so that when they come back, you have the ability to show them what you did. This is a great way to make sure that you still have those materials. So I'm going to toggle back to the presentation. And if you get onto your view board and you have an icon that looks like this, that is still Whiteboard. However, it's just the old version of it. So you're going to want to open this, and it should prompt you to do an update. And when it prompts you to do that update, you're going to want to allow it to update before you use those features. If you can, try to open this before you need it for a lesson, because it is going to take a couple minutes to update. So do it before you need to work on it with students. If you have more questions, there are some resources available to help you. The ViewSonic company has some YouTube videos that you can watch if you want a more in-depth view of some of the tools that are available. Tech Trainers also have a YouTube channel that has demo lessons, ViewBoard tips and tricks. All of our Tech Tip Tuesdays are there, so you can go and see those new videos that have been posted on our YouTube channel. We also have our staff EdTech site. There is a full page devoted to ViewBoards and MyViewboard Whiteboard. So if you have more questions, you want to learn more about the tools that are available, check out our EdTech site. That is available through ClassLink. And also, you always can email us with questions or for support. We are more than happy to provide a training for your department or your grade level or your school. And we are happy to come out and show you how to use instructional technology in your classroom, especially using your ViewBoard with students to increase student engagement. So if you have questions, you can email us, you can call us. Please reach out, and we are here to support you. Thank you so much for watching, and have an excellent day.